For you to compete against now we two a brother who knows. But the now we two a brother who knows. But the now we two a brother who knows. But it doesn't make sense for you to compete against now we two.
Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is coming to.
Ladies and gentlemen, haters and bitter friends, I apologize for being late. I'm having technical difficulties here in Chicago, Illinois. There's a whole lot of rain, and you know how rain and technology do not mix. I apologize for being late. Well, technically I'm not late. It's just technology and rain don't mix. It's not my fault. But it is my fault because I should have been prepared, or I should have had some backup plan, or I should have been ready. But it don't make a difference. This is the End of the Bench podcast. Thank you for tuning in. As usual, we on X Squad Radio. You know how we do it. Taking over the universe 1 hour at a time. Shout out to the brothers who welcome me into the X Squad family. Shout out to the whole Spreaker family. I'm about to launch this End of the Bench podcast, getting it in. There's a whole lot on my plate this week, man. We got total chaos and mass confusion. Shout out to EPMD for even coming up with the terms. But I want to talk to you. I got a whole lot to talk about, man. It's just the NFL, the guys must be crazy. What's up, Buff? What's good, man? Sorry for the delay, man. I was having technical issues with this whole internet thing. You know, internet and rain don't work, man. It's like oil and water. But I want to talk to everyone about what's going on in the sports world this week, man. I'm a little disturbed. I've actually touched on some of these topics before, and what I'm going to do is reiterate what I've spoken about in the past. We got domestic violence all across the board. We got we got a whole lot of questions, no answers. We got the NBA heating up. Last week I made a proclamation about Kevin Durant. I'm going to stick to it. I know I'm going to get some pushback, but that's what it's for. That's the whole purpose of the show. We're going to get pushback. We're going to have conversation. It's your man H-Rap taking over the universe. What's up? What's up, Pretty and Thick? What's up, Clutch? Nice to have you aboard. I'm always good to communicate with the people. Well, let's get this jumped off, man. You know, happy Saturday to you too, Pretty and Thick. Let's start at the top. Kesey, what's good, bro? Thanks for having me aboard. Thanks for welcoming me to the X Squad family. As usual, rough buff, Pretty and Thick, Clutch conversations. Let me get this cracking, man. I got a whole lot on my mind. First and foremost, for those, I've been doing my show for 3 years. And over the last 3 years, I've been pulling the I don't even know how to use the proper terminology. I've been saying that a lot of these young brothers need to have, instead of just pushing them through college, start giving them classes in conflict resolution. See, if you had psychotherapy, and I don't mean that these guys are crazy, I just mean when you come from the hood, which a lot of these dudes do, or you come from impoverished areas, which a lot of these brothers do, you don't have conflict resolution skills. And if you don't have conflict resolution skills, what we saw play out in the last week wouldn't have played out, even though my main man, his issue came about with in February. But when you have conflict resolution skills, you will be put in when you are put in a situation where as someone is threatening your future, you'll be able to say, hey, you know what, this isn't positive enough. This isn't a positive enough environment to leave myself in. I don't have control of this, and I can walk away. But when you are from an impoverished community, you fight. Fighting is what you do. You enter this situation ready to fight. And when you enter a situation ready to fight, that's not always the answer. See, we got these guys, we worried about these guys going broke. We worry about these guys making bad decisions with their finances. But what about with their mental? Reuben Foster is, from what I understand, he's not a good person. And I don't want to jump on the bandwagon, the mainstream media. They want to kick these young brothers in their behinds. I'm not going to do that. But his own coach, Nick Saban's response to him being out of sorts was, he's not a quiet boy. Ha, ha, ha. When I'm quite sure Reuben Foster, when his mother said, you can go to Alabama, I trust Nick Saban to take good care of my child, she did not put him in the hands of a person who would refer to him as not a quiet boy. And when you refer to someone like that, that means you know this person has some issues. And if they have issues, I'm quite sure the University of Alabama has a psychiatric department. You could have got this young man some talk therapy. And me, when I got my BS, I had to take conflict of resolution in the workplace. Why couldn't you guys design something for conflict resolution with these young athletes? Because you don't give a damn about it. And see, this is why I said this a couple of weeks ago. We have to start angling our young people toward HBCUs, simply for the fact that I understand a guy of the caliber of Reuben Foster, they won't be going to HBCUs immediately, but we have to start making inroads towards that. Because when you leave these young brothers out on their own, fending for themselves, we see what happens. And the Kareem Hunt situation, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. If he had conflict resolution skills, or if he'd had that addressed in his younger days, potentially he would have walked away when his friends grabbed him. Instead of acting, what's up, the greatest, thank you for participating, my brother. He would have been able to say, you know what, this isn't the right move. This isn't good for me. I need to do something different. But he does not. I'm assuming he don't have those skills. And those skills are not only just taught at home. Those skills are taught by coaches. I mean, I'm just telling you from me. Because I'm a person who struggles with anger management. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just standing on the perch talking about, oh man, these brothers need to know. I'm telling y'all, I'm a person who have and had anger management issues up until I was about 35. So I'm not sitting on the perch saying, hey man, these brothers need to get their lives together. There needs to be a community in place to help these young men. Because again, you coming from more than likely you coming from an impoverished community. And then only thing you know is fight or flight. Vince, thank you for coming aboard. Thank you, brother. And I think I'm going to hold, even though they are adults, but me, you, and anybody listening understand that a person that's 25, legally you're adult, but are you adult mentally? I just told you I had anger management issues until I was 35. Shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs. Man, for anybody who hate Alabama, y'all better hope Georgia don't win, because if Georgia win, Alabama's still getting in the tournament. Please know that. Understand that. Please understand it. But back to what I was talking about. This Kareem Hunt thing, this Reuben Foster thing, I honestly believe if you address these young men at 18, 19 years old, use the resources at your institution to help them instead of just forcing them into football situations, basketball situations, baseball situations, trying to make sure they be the possible best pro they can be, and start addressing their humanity and addressing them as human beings, we will get better results from these young brothers, man. But they're not doing that. They are putting these brothers in harm's way, because guess what? It is for all intents and purposes, he has been rolled off as not only a person who's violent towards women, he's dishonest now. Or he lied to the Chiefs. No, he didn't. Y'all knew that the damn TMZ was gonna put this in the street. So whose side we gonna take? The dude who beating up women, or the dude or his employer? You are going to take the sides of his employer, and it really annoys me. I'm tired of it. And another thing, this is why the X Squad, the Real Cash Rangers, and anybody else who are from our community, we have to start herding our people into these situations so they can pay attention to us, whether it's just traditional talk, resolution of issues, social issues, sports talk, music, or what have you. Because the thing that disturbed me the most yesterday was not that this young brother career is over potentially, and not that this young brother's name is dragged in the mud, but I didn't hear about this didn't happen to February, even though I knew about the story. I didn't hear about this didn't happen to February out of the mouths of anchors on these networks until 11 o'clock at night, until this morning. You know what that means? That means the entire nation saw a young man beat up somebody yesterday. They didn't know that happened in February, and so guess what happens then? Mo, what's good, bro? What happens then is this. The entire world is calling him an animal. Everybody's making judgment. Oh, he was drunk. He was this. He was that. Don't nobody care at this point. It does. You know what? It don't make a difference if the young lady was inebriated. It doesn't make a difference if her friends have spoken up for Kareem Hunt. It does not make a difference. And here's another fun fact. You're going to hear about the domestic violence issue that Tariq Hill had next. That's what you're going to hear about next. You're going to hear about Tariq Hill. For those who don't know, Tariq Hill was alleged to have hit his pregnant girlfriend with a baseball bat. That's why he dropped in the grass. We as black men need to grab these young brothers and nurture them and school them so they can have a chance. That's what I'm talking about, the greatest. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because if we don't, no one will. They are going to continue to be used up. They are going to continue to be mishandled. They're going to continue to be discarded. And it annoys me. People who've listened to my show, as I said, so they're going to poo-poo Swift and Holyfield. Oh, okay, you talking about the football game. Man, I'm loving that, man. Keep that conversation with that football game going, y'all. I'm loving it. But, yeah, we have to mentor them, Vince. And I don't know how old the other brothers in here. I'm 48 years old. And I'm here to tell y'all, my generation, the generation from the 70s, from the late 60s, early 70s, that group of us, we dropped the ball because we allow our children to be raised in a America believing that racism was an afterthought, or acting as if racism was an afterthought, because we had hip-hop music and we had so many black people on TV doing things. See, we getting past this racist thing, but we were not. And guess what? Now that the camera phones and things like that, we're seeing every day that racism, a lost generation. Thank you, brother. We are seeing it every day. And guess what? We have to take responsibility and saying it's our fault. Yes, we did the greatest. We did fail. It's our fault that our brothers are getting shot by these cops. Because we got kids running around here talking about you got to know your rights. There is no know your rights when you look like us. We do have rights, but we have to address our young men and say, hey, your rights will not be enforced until we do X, Y, and Z. And we are not doing that as a community. That's why Reuben Foster, that's why Kareem Hunt, they had to admit, I can do what I want to do because I'm rich. No, the last rich dude was able to do what he wanted to do. His name was O.J. Simpson. That ain't happening no more, man. That's not happening anymore. And once again, hey, man, love who you want to love, date who you want to date. But how many brothers got to fall into the toilet, fuck around with these girls, man? Fuck around with these white girls, man. Hey, man, I'm not anti-damn thing. I'm just pro-me. I'm just pro-you. And damn how many times this shit got to happen, man. I'm so sick of this, man. Every time. And I'm not saying bros don't be beating up on the sisters. I'm not saying that. But it's just awful strange. What's up, Sluggo? Thank you for joining the party, bro. It's just so annoying to me that every time I turn around, man, it's another brother gets flushed down the toilet by one of these white girls, man. Come on, y'all. We got to stop. We got to do something better than that. Most of these kids don't even know what real love is. Amen to that, the greatest. 99% of them don't, man. But you know what? You got somebody skinning and grinning in your face.